The one he worshipped was within him. Now, flame pure. How? Flame pure. There cannot be any blemish in the flame. There cannot be any darkness in the flame. There cannot be any defect in the flame. Purity. Pavaka, Agni, Pavaka, the pure flame. He is very flame pure, ethereal dust. A mighty face appeared, and lips moved by immortal words. She is now going to speak. You see how every detail is described. She is now about to speak. Appeared, and lips moved by immortal words. Words that cannot be changed. Words that carry the contents of immortality. Lids, wisdom's leaves drooped over rapturous eyes. Lids, eyelids are on the lids, wisdom's leaves, the leaves of wisdom. She's seeing them, drooped over rapturous orbs. So the eyes themselves are rapturous. You see her eyes shining, rapturous, bright. A marble monument of ponderings shone a forehead. She is a monument now, pondering, shone a forehead, sides a crypt, and large like ocean's gaze, the way the ocean looks up to sky, large like ocean's gaze towards heaven, to tranquilize a boundless thought, looked into man's and saw the God to come. That is important. She looked into man. Here, of course, personified by Ashwapati, man. She is looking into him, but she is looking into him as a mental being, as a man. And saw the God to come. Yes, he has to go further now. In him, it is God who will come and reside. And saw God to come. See, in one line, he has put the entire philosophy, entire history, entire spirituality of his in this one. A shape was seen on threshold mind. A shape was seen on threshold mind. So where does the rendezvous take between him and her? The rendezvous takes place on the threshold mind. On the topmost scale of mind, of the mental being, it is pertinent if it has to happen. There is no point in having it elsewhere, here or there. It is pertinent. It is indicative that it is here now from the mental being, something will happen, something will come out. Threshold mind, rendezvous. And in a certain sense, it is understandable also that she is coming from above, down, 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 down to this point. He is climbing up from below, up, 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 to the topmost scale of mind. So it is there that the meeting takes place. It is there that the meeting takes place, you see. He is coming from above, he is climbing up from below. It is pertinent that way, see. A shape was seen on threshold mind, a voice absolute and wise in the harsh chamber spoke. A voice, of course, her voice, one who is coming. A voice absolute and wise. There is all wisdom in her. She knows everything about this creation. How it should happen, what should happen, when it should happen. Everything she knows. And absolute, whatever she is going to say, that is not going to be disputed. It will be so. Absolute. Yes, it will be. And wise. So it is not only absolute, it is also wise. It is not only wise, but it is also absolute. Both are there. A shape was seen on threshold mind, a voice absolute and wise. In the harsh chamber spoke, in his heart spoke. Now then follows a long speech. of this lady. Now, before we proceed, let me just give quickly the statistics of this canto we have got here. There are 4 sections in Canto 4 of the Book of the Divine Mother, Division and the Bone. 4 sections, 89, 90, 91, 92. The first section is about the arrival of the Divine Mother on the sexual mind and what she is going to advise to Ashwapati. That runs into 68 sentences, one of the longest speeches. 68 sentences, 259 lines. 259 lines. Next section, 90, that is Ashwapati's preparation. 41 sentences, 162 lines. Third section, 91, short one, 9 lines, 31 sentences. When the meeting takes place and they return back to the respective places, she goes back to her home, he comes down to earth. That is section 91. 9 sentences, 31 lines. And then 92, when he comes down, what he is supposed to do, what he has to do. 15 sentences, 57 lines. So there are in all 133 sentences in this canto and 509 lines total. 509 lines. This is one of the longest cantos in Savitri. And the division is very clear. First about the Divine Mother and her advice to Ashwapati, her coming and her advice to Ashwapati, Ashwapati's response to her, and then things which are going to follow in the sequence of that. Ashwapati responds, she also replies back to her and she grants him a boon. One shall descend, she grants him a boon. Your prayer is for the Divine Mother to descend in the mortal world, and she assures him, one shall descend, she comes, etc. That is in section 3. And then, of course, they go back to the respective places. So, a voice, absolute and wise, that is important. It's a kind of an imperative. What she is going to say, it will happen, it has to happen, it must happen. It must happen. A voice absolute and wise in the harsh chamber spoke. O son of strength, who climbs, creation speaks. She has seen Ashwapati climbing up from the base, all the way from the lowest level, up. All the ascending slopes of heaven he is tracing. And he is now coming to the top of the creation. Creation speaks. No soul is thy companion in the light. Alone thou standest at the eternal doors of the unknowable, her doors, you see. You are alone standing there. No soul is thy companion in the light. So this is all Ashwapati's sadhana, Ashwapati's realization. Ashwapati as a single individual, and there is none who is accompanying him in this whole pursuit. It has never happened in the entire ages. It is for the first time it is happening. He is alone. No soul is thy companion. Does it mean that the mother was not his companion? In a way, she was not. She was not. I mean, logically, technically, factually also. Her path is the path of the occult, of the consciousness force, her path. His path is the spiritual path of Sat, between Sat and Chit. His path is the path of the being, of climbing up the spiritual plane. He is climbing up, you see. She is going in a different way altogether, you see. She is going for a different purpose. The purpose of his going is to bring her down. So where is the question of anybody accompanying him? When she comes, then only she becomes his companion. When he brings her down, when she obliges to come down, take mortal birth, then only she becomes his companion. To follow companion, the complementary path of consciousness force. Companion is that, not that she is following exactly the same path. The base, the adhara, the support which is required for her work is prepared with the adhyatmic, but the spiritual foundation laid down by him. No soul is thy companion in this light. Alone thou standest in the eternal doors of the unknowable. Where she is, her house is there. You see. What thou hast won is thine, but ask no more. What thou hast won is thine. Yes, but this is not making a very wise statement here. I mean, if he has won, then it's a question of it being his. You see. He has won it, so it's a question of that being his. You see. So that wisdom part is kind of little. What thou hast won, he has accomplished all these things. Won is thine. She is not making a very great concession to him. He has already won it by his yoga sadhana, by his tapasya. He has already won it. He has not done anything for him at all. What thou hast won is thine, but ask no more. This is her concern. Yes, it is. And see this monosyllabic line, what thou hast won is thine, but ask no more. Perfect monosyllabic line.